Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a super exciting introduction for my Pandas eyeshadows for 2024. I love this project. It was created by Alexi. She doesn't upload anymore, but I have her channel linked down below if you want to watch her old videos. However, I am doing this project a bit on my own. Like I have tweaked it to suit me better, so to speak. And yeah, this is a very exciting project where you randomize eyeshadow from your entire collection. What I do is that I have 5 eyeshadows randomized from my collection, and then I handpick one shade myself. If I randomize matte black eyeshadow, or if I randomize glitter eyeshadow, I only have to work on them 10 times before rolling it out. Otherwise, the goal is to hit pan, but I can also roll an eyeshadow out after 20 uses. Those were my rules last year, and those will be my rules this year, because last year I fucking killed it in this project. I was so proud of myself and I was able to hit so many pans, so we are continuing with that success story. So, if you want to see what eyeshadows I roll in, because I have no eyeshadows, we are going to roll in 6 eyeshadows today, and those will be the first color story of 2024. Okay, so as I said, we don't have anything to work on. I don't have any progress on eyeshadows, so we are going to generate 5 shades. And when I have generated those shades, I am going to look at the color story and see what will be like the final shade that I will handpick myself. So I currently have 3,312 eyeshadows in my collection. I just got my order from the Clarity Cosmetics Black Friday sale. Yeah, it has been a while, but I live in Sweden, and yeah. So I have a couple of new palettes that I will add to my collection, but I just got them. I just unpacked them like 10 minutes ago. So we are going to start generating. If I generate something that I have already hit pan on, I will of course re-roll. So what will it be? It will be 1,421. We are 1,193. Oh, this is a new one. 3,067. A lot of 1,300, like in that area. 386. And the final shade, 505. Okay, I'm gonna go and look at those shadows, see what the color story will be, and I will be back with my new 6 shades. Okay, I am back, and I am shooketh. I promise I'm not cheating. These are the numbers I rolled in. This is the color story. And it is quite cohesive, I would say. I threw it off at the end with my hand-picked shade, but interestingly enough, we are within the green and yellow spectra. This looks very blue on cameras, you know, but it is actually a green one. So let's talk about the shades. This first one up here comes from a palette that I recently had in this project, and that is my GlossGods Dancing in the Sky palette. This is an all shimmer palette, like leaning towards the green side, and I enrolled the shade Starry Night. So this is what that palette looks like. I just had in this shade, if you have seen my 2023 project, and this shade called, Solar Wind was just in. But Starry Night is this one up here, and yeah, it's gonna be super easy to hit pan on that one. It has some great reflex. I can use it as a highlighter in the corner. Yeah, I have high hopes to roll this one out quite quickly. So that is the first shade. Then the second shade is this yellow, beautiful matte yellow down here. And that one comes from my V Cosmetic. It's the number, what is it, 1193. That is from my V Cosmetics Green Witch palette. Yeah, it is a green palette. It looks like this, and I'm super happy because I think I used this like once last year, but it is neglected. So I'm happy to work on this palette, and the shade we rolled in is called One Comes, and it's this yellow down here. Again, goes very well with the color story. I also, when I do this project, I try to use the palette No Pan Left Behind, so I try to reach into all of the shades anyways. And this will just be perfect to reach into because it will be so easy to combine with the other shades. So that is the second one. This third shade is this yellow shimmer shade. And that one is from the number 3067. And I said that this is a new shade because I just write them in like the higher the number, the newer the palette. And it's from my Oden's Eye palette, the Trick or Treat palette in collaboration with Angelica Nyqvist. Love this palette. This was their Halloween collection. And the shade we rolled in is Full Moon, which is this one up here. So it is a perfect like goldy green yellow shade. Will be so fun to play around more with this palette. I am so stoked about that. I love it. It's a beautiful palette. If you can get your hands on it, I would definitely recommend it. So that is the third shade. Then we have this blue-green shade here, and that one is from another very neglected palette from last year. It's from my Peachy Queen Breaking Shades palette. So this is like inspired by Breaking Bad, which, shame on me, I have not seen. And yeah, the shade we rolled in is called ABQ. Don't know the reference, but this is what that palette looks like. And ABQ is that green-blue shade there. Again, very easy to work on this palette and the other shades from this palette, and good to pull this one out now in the beginning of the year, since I didn't use it last year. Then we have this green here, and that one is from my Lurella Cosmetics Rockin Moroccan palette. I love this packaging, and the shade is called Mint Tea. So yeah, just by hearing the name you will know that it's a green, and it's this very beautiful like grass green shade. Did not use this much last year either, so I will be super excited to play around with this palette as well. And yeah, that is the shade Mint Tea. So then my hand-picked shade. Now I was tempted to go an easy route, but I decided that it would be a bit too easy. I am rolling in my Juvia's Place The Tribe palette. I want to pan on all my Juvia's Place palettes. Why can't I say this quickly? And I realized when I did my whole entire eyeshadow collection that I had two Juvia's Place palettes without pan. So what goes more perfectly with this color story than this palette? And it looks like this. Now, I had planned to roll this one in. It's called Koro. But since we have Starry Nights, like you see that is Koro and this is Starry Nights, I felt like that's a bit easy. I was also thinking about maybe rolling this green one in called Masai. But looking at the color story, I decided to go with the shade Chaga. This middle shade is just like a bronzy gold shade. So that is my hand-picked shade. It might take a bit longer to pan on that one, I don't know. But it was a the perfect opportunity to roll this one in and aim to hit pan on one of the shades in this one. I saw, like, a side note on this palette. I was interested in buying the Natasha Denona Yucca palette when it launched because it looked so beautiful, and then I saw Alexandra Lisette compare that palette to this one, and a lot of the shades were actually very similar, especially this green and that like lime green, light pastel green that's in the Yucca palette. So I decided to refrain, good for me, and make use out of this one instead. So anyways, that was a bit of a side note. This is my color story, and I can't believe the luck I had because I love green. Green eyeshadow is my preferred color in eyeshadow. Yeah, I just love it. I think it's also very flattering when you have brown eyes, as I do, to have green eyeshadow. So I'm super, super stoked to have all of these palettes. Yeah, let me know what you think about the color story. Are you doing Pandas eyeshadows this year, or are you skipping out? I know a lot of people have moved on, but I'm not moving on. I love this project and I can't wait to see what this year will bring. But anyways, that is it for me. I hope that you enjoyed. Please say hi in the comments. I love to hear from you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!